Hey guys, and welcome to another Ordinary Men Who Fight Like Heroes podcast. I am Chris Fearing, the fighter of the party, and I am joined at the table by...
The wizard, Drunks and Dragons.
And the cleric, Aaron Bass.
Okay, so,
What are you British? What are you Bane? What is that?
Perhaps.
You're like, I'm the cleric.
And you think this gives you power over me? I don't know. I can't do that quote.
my healing spells are going to be very nice for you. Hey, man that speaks to a crab.
I'm a crab.
Awesome. Alright, so, what video games... well, I can't really say what video games are coming out that you're excited for, because that would be a resounding zero. But, what games do you wish would either come out, or do you wish would go ahead and get a sequel?
Now, are you talking about, like, likely happening, or, like, have been announced? Or...
I'm talking about what you personally want. Don't
dream.
Don't go with everybody else, man.
All right.
Break away from the herd, brother. You ain't gotta stick with them, man. Be individual.
All right.
Think differently.
All right. You know what game I would...
Free your mind.
I always liked the idea of a Metal Gear Solid set during World War II. There was
nice.
there was a talk of it for after I believe Metal Gear Solid 4 was over, or maybe instead of Metal Gear Solid 4, it would be that with the Joy, aka the boss, as the main character set during D-Day, where she leads all of her group to like overtake Normandy Beach. But
holy shit!
Yeah, I think that would be kick ass.
That would be the best.
That would be awesome.
That would be sex on the beach.
Yeah, I mean,
World War II games are always the best when it comes to like shooters and stuff.
Yeah. It's funny they did it so much that now nobody does it.
Yeah.
And now
It's like there's a moratorium on it.
And that would be new and original again, especially because everybody's trying to focus on like modern.
In the future. No one's even doing modern anymore. Now the modern warfare is been substituted for
a bunch of
advanced.
other game companies are still doing the modern
but
stuff.
like they're gonna all move up to the future.
Yeah. Be nice when they finally like hit that end and cycle back around to like World War I, World War II.
The most realistic World War II.
That would be cool. It's my favorite war.
It's everyone's.
World War II's the best one.
Oh no, the sequel was way better than the original this time.
I didn't really get the ending of the sequel though. Like, all of a sudden America has this like plot armor type bomb. Like this Deus Ex Machina bomb. It can just like win now, just out of nowhere. Like, they were secretly development the whole time. We just didn't know. That was kind of weird.
Dude,
like
the writers weren't very good.
Yeah, I gotta say.
The writers were in their decline.
They were rushed. They were just like, whatever.
Yeah, they had to throw it out there. They had way too much input from everybody else.
The villain offed himself. Like, what?
Yeah, you don't.
We're losing. Okay.
Yeah, you don't fucking see that in movies anymore. That's a cop out. That's what happens when you don't know how to properly like have the final confrontation.
Yeah,
and take out the villain. You're just like, the villain offed himself. Ha. Yeah. And that's it. And for someone who's built up so much in like the opening and then through the primary portion of the narrative and the story arc to be built up to be such this tyrannical superpower, like a guy that stepped right out of some comic books.
Yeah. And
just like to have him like, oh man, this dude's fucking mass murdering millions of people. He's got all these army guys that are completely merciless. Oh man, he offs himself in a room.
Yeah.
In like a locked closet.
Right before they can get to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of crap is that?
I mean, granted, that's the ultimate, like, middle finger.
True.
But still, you don't do that to a tyrannical superpower.
Yeah, it just doesn't make for a good plot.
And I kind of wish they'd gone with some of the concept art on him. Because if you look back and see the concept art, they initially wanted to make him, like larger and a bit stockier, or, like, just, like, ganglier and a bit more menacing.
I heard that in, an earlier version of the plot, of the script, he was going to be, like, an artist. but then like that didn't really make a lot of sense for his character, so they had
No.
to script that.
Yeah, I heard about that because that's where the concept initially came from, to make him look like an everyman.
Yeah.
And they kept that,
Okay.
but got rid of the artist thing because they thought it would make him look too soft.
Wow, that makes so much sense now.
Yeah, but it would have worked perfectly going with like the everyman concept of the imagery of that villain if they'd gone with the artist, because it worked.
Yeah.
But when they were like, no, we don't want to make him soft, he's got to be merciless and like command all these people, but they stuck with the everyman, it kind of like, it has that juxtaposition that doesn't work too well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, I'd at least give it 4 out of 5.
Sure, yeah. No, it's got a lot of action. Man, I can't get over that Normandy scene.
Fucking rave reviews too. Holy shit. And then everybody tried to make fucking remakes of it, like Spielberg. And Spielberg just fucking sucks. It was like fake the whole time.
Yeah.
It was like, are you sure that this isn't just Forrest Gump 2?
And the Cold War, the Cold War movie was just also just so boring. Like, nothing actually happened.
Well, that's because that was a made-for-TV movie, dude.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, they don't have the budget for it, but still.
And I think they built it up too much. And then it's got that fucking cult following now, where everybody's like, dude, you remember the Cold War? And it's like, whoa, oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, not as fondly as you,
Why do you want to? So just like, and then we actually got the fucking, they changed the ending of the Vietnam War before it got put over on, in American theaters.
Yeah, okay, what happened?
Apparently, like, in the original, the Viet Cong won. Mm-hmm. And America had to pull out. Mm-hmm. But like in the version we got, America wins. But it's like way fudged over, and they throw in a bunch of like obviously made up characters like Sylvester Stallone and stuff like that to win, that like come in at the last second and win Vietnam, and it just becomes way too campy of an 80s movie after like the first 3/4 of that movie.
Yeah.
It's like they had it going, it's like a struggle. It's like a fucking Kubrick movie. And then it just like, bam, right at the end, oh yeah, we win. Ha ha. We got guns, America.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, they're good, but you really got to be in the mood to watch them. Especially if you're going to fucking binge watch those things.
Oh.
You're going to want to put a gun to your head after the fact. Holy shit. Alright, but enough about movies.
Yeah.
But I would really, really like them to make another Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, actually that really needs to happen.
Yep.
In fact, I thought there was like some people are asking Rockstar, are you gonna make another one? And they're like, well, we consider it like one of our main tier movies. Or like our main tier things. So.
No, you can say main tier movies, yeah.
It's written like one. Holy shit.
All their games are written like movies, almost. Yep. All their games have a cinematic quality that's very awesome.
But just, man, though.
They won't make a Manhunt 3.
Yeah.
I haven't played 2, but I played 1. I love 1. It's like weird because it's like, it's a stealth game. You should run and hide and be afraid of everyone. Like, it's a stealth horror game.
That sounds cool.
Because it's like you hide in the shadows while like 5 dudes with spiky nailed baseball bats come running around or whatever, looking to just brutally murder you.
Jeez.
So you step out of the shadows when there's one straggler left and choke him to death with a plastic bag over his head.
Oh man, for my post-apocalyptic Jackie Robinson outfit.
How did you guess? But nah, like they'll show up with like weapons and guns and stuff,
yeah,
and
that
you can
game's
like
fucking legit.
come out and kill them, and then dive back into the shadows, and they chase you down and shit. And they got machetes, and you have like your bare hands, and you gotta try and like tackle one and stuff. Like it's crazy. And then at the end with that pig guy, Pigsy.
Yep.
Woo! He's got a chainsaw, and he'll just straight up rip you to pieces.
Yep.
Man.
You have to like run away from him. What is that cat doing?
Looking for something to try to pounce on, it looks like.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I
I'm trying
really
to see if he sees something I don't.
I really think that especially with the jump they made from Grand Theft Auto 4 to 5, both in storytelling and gameplay. Granted, there's not really a lot, in my opinion, just like thinking about it, that they could do to improve on Redemption. Like story-wise or gameplay-wise, it's all pretty fucking solid.
Yeah.
But if they did the next one, I know they'd go that extra mile to add to that.
Yeah.
And holy shit, man.
I can imagine them being like making the environments more in depth and detailed.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Having a lot more going on in the world around you to do.
Yeah.
Having a lot more side quests.
Yeah, and
that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think they seem to enjoy like having some realism in that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So and also just making their games just look gorgeous.
Yeah.
You know, like in terms
Holy
of
shit.
the locations. So.
Oh, I'll never forget the first time I ever I don't know whose TV I was playing on, but they had the surround sound hooked up. The first time I rode across the plains as a thunderstorm built up.
Oh wow!
And that thunder sounded like real fucking thunder, and it was awesome. Seeing the fucking sky light up. The one thing I really hope when they make another one is they have a story, like a single player story, that's at least as long as Redemption's was, because that was a good, decent length story.
Yeah, I still haven't beaten it. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I mean, like, well, you took it back from me.
Oh yeah.
But then I got it online, and I still haven't played it. So
nice. Yeah, because I let him borrow it, and I ended up getting it online when it was like $5.
Yeah.
Just so I could have it if ever he wanted to get up there and play online.
I'm getting close. I can't get on. I've tried to get online a bunch of times and it won't let me. Something having to do with like, I can't remember the name of the problem.
That's weird. Hope they fucking fix that. Because that was cool as hell back in the day of running around free roam. Fucking holding up and getting wanted levels and stuff and killing other players and just taking out the sheriffs and stuff, hunting people down. That was cute.
Those hatchets, those throwing axes.
Yeah.
They're my favorite.
Because it's fucking instant kill if you hit somebody.
Hatchet man. And they're like, ugh, God, hatchets. Like, I can't remember. We were sitting around and I just whipped out a hatchet and said, cha-cha! Killed some guy. It's right on the spot. I can't remember what we were doing though.
Funnest. And I love the fact they put the Red Dead Revolver characters in there.
There's some dude that tried to take my horse. And I was like, get off my horse. Throw a hatchet in his back. He died. I was like, yeah, get off my horse. He didn't even get to my horse. I was like, I feel the betrayal coming. I felt it coming like a tremor. And I was like, here it comes, here it comes. We've been twitchy. And I strike first.
Okay, so we know it's not going to be Half-Life. We know it's not going to be Team Fortress. What do you think is going to be the next Valve 3 game? Are they going to make another Left 4 Dead or another Portal first?
Is that like? Are you sure that it's not going to be those two, or is it just like common sense they're not going to be able to do this?
I don't think they're going to make another Team Fortress for a while.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to make Half-Life until they have what they feel is needed to give it the sequel it properly deserves.
Yeah.
So, and right now those seem like the only two. You know they're always going to make another fucking Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I don't know when the last one was made, or like
a few years ago.
Have they made a Counter-Strike 2 by now? Because I don't even.
It's like Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
Okay.
So they have different Counter-Strikes, yeah.
But like, what do you think?
I think we'll see another Portal before we see.
Anything else?
A Left 4 Dead 3? They don't have a Left 4 Dead 3 out in the works, do they?
And see, I think it's the exact opposite. I think we'll get a Left 4 Dead 3 before we get a Portal 3.
That would be the one that would, timing-wise, like, it was... They had two Left 4 Dead 2 before they made Portal 2, I believe, right? So.
Well, beyond that, but just it also seems like it would be almost the easiest of them to make.
Yeah.
Because you don't really have to go so in-depth with the story. You just have to really focus on environments and, just retooling that classic gameplay and making it better.
And zombies are still pretty big, you know.
Yeah.
And just making
Walking Dead
just making some quippy dudes say lines and shit, and then you're done.
Yep. And then fucking modders come in and make maps of every single goddamn place. New weapons, skins, all that kind of stuff. There's
upside down Amsterdam, and while you have rainbow guns or whatever.
Yeah. There's things that are as simple as making the tack flashlight on your guns look like crisp and amazing, looking like legit LED lights so you can actually see things, to things like making the machete look and sound like a Keyblade.
Oh, what?
Or changing character models, or making Ellis the redneck guy from 2, making him look like Isaac Clarke from Dead Space, and there being a sound mod that makes it sound like his voice is coming through that mask.
Oh, wow.
To things like someone made the entirety of Helm's Deep as a single survival map, and it's so big you can actually play with the new survivors and the original survivors. They just start on 2 different sides of the map.
Holy crap!
So it's an 8-player survival map. And then they just start coming in waves where the Urukai come from. They've got a spot where if a certain type of infected gets to the bomb, the wall blows out.
Nice. That sounds awesome.
God damn, that plane's close.
Yeah.
Or loud, or whatever.
If you guys heard that, that was Coast Guard plane. Either that or it was a American government drone coming to spy on us.
Why the fuck would the drone be loud and that low in altitude?
Because that's what they do.
They want to know about.
It's not what they do at all.
Sure it is.
I mean, no, I don't. I'm not saying that like drones don't just spy on the American people. I'm just saying like they're quiet, like as fuck, and far away.
Maybe that's just like a super huge drone.
It's a super huge drone that can see more. Duh. That's how drones
see
work.
more butts.
See more butts. Principal Butt Savage.
Principal Butt
Savage. Love it.
Awesome. Worst fucking name for a teacher. Butt Savage.
He'll savage your butt. Well said.
That's what I have to say about
And
that.
we had some fucking weird cartoons growing up.
Yep.
Yeah.
These days, though, think about the cartoons that we watch that are for kids.
You mean like Adventure Time and
Yeah,
regular
Adventure
show?
Time and regular show, and those types of things are for kids. Kids watch them.
No, they're not. They're not for kids.
Well, yeah,
they
I
happen
mean,
to be on a kids show.
they're on a
channel.
kids network.
They're on a kids network, and kids are allowed to watch them. They're not actually for kids.
They're still like made with kids in mind watching them, right?
Yeah, and they're about like Reg's 20-year-old dudes and like people that used to be lesbians and have like super deep emotional pasts about shit going on and like post-apocalyptic nuclear war and shit like that.
That's crazy stuff.
Yeah, Adventure Time's like, we're so happy and chipper. Everyone's backstory is just absolute god-awful sad. Everyone's backstory is like some shit you'd see in Fallout.
Yeah.
Only instead of being like mutated and you shoot them in the head for like what, bottle caps or whatever the fuck? Or, like pennies or some shit you buy? I don't know what the money
Bottle caps.
It's bottle caps? I don't know
Bottle
what the fucking
caps.
money
Just like when the world ends now, it's gonna be can tabs and we're gonna be fucking rich.
Yeah. All
When
right.
you say we, you mean you, right? Because you have like more can tabs than...
Oh yeah, because when the apocalypse comes, I'd be like, oh hey guys, what's up? Good luck on your own, fuckers. And then I just like go and lock
He's
myself
like,
in a huge
I can
house.
have anything I want for the right can tabs.
Awesome.
I squeeze it, they fall through my fingers, I'm like, oh shit, I pick them all up.
You get the monocle for no reason. You get the nice suit for no reason. You get a monocle, but you wear glasses, but you wear that monocle over your glasses.
Yes.
With like a piece of scotch tape. So when I turn really quick, it goes because it swings against my glasses lens.
The right oil.
Bottle caps, whatever. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, everyone's
Weird cartoons.
weird cartoons. Well, we were talking about games
we want to come
we
out.
were talking about games.
Oh yeah, games we want to come out.
Back on, I was gonna say somewhere back in the past it was like games we wanted to.
So
come out.
Justin, what game do you want to come out? Oh, Bushido Blade, that'd be cool. Oh, another Jedi Knight, that'd be cool.
Yeah, fuck you. Firstly, yeah, I'd like to see another Bushido Blade. That'd
Yes.
be great. Especially because like today's technology, they could do like
It would be.
they could be
amazing.
like pinpoint accurate, like where the sword strikes and what's
But
bleeding.
the problem
and how
is that
hurt
it
you
would be
are.
like either for the Wii U or for like Xbox Connect.
No, the problem is it wouldn't. The,
I hope not.
the problem is no. Why would it be for those things?
Because you'd have the blade motions.
No, but like the game is all about cutting people dead. I'd like to see a game. I like to play a game where I can be killed by my opponent because I slipped on the blood of the other 2 guys I killed.
That is metal as hell. That is metal as fuck.
Fucking metal as fuck, dude.
I would love to play a game where, like, I could be fighting on the beach and then like roll and throw sand in their eyes. Because you can throw sand in the original one in their eyes, and they'll be like, and then you kill them.
Cool.
And if you pull that shit in the first game, they actually like you can only get so far, and then they tell you something about like dishonorable people can't complete the game, or some shit like they don't say it like that, but that's paraphrasing. They're like dishonorable bitches can't beat the game, so you can't do that shit. Because you can kill them in the middle of their intro speech. in Bushido Blade 1, they're like sitting there going, they're standing there talking, it's like, I will defeat you. And then they're like going to ready their weapon. You can just, jump forward and stab them if you want to, and then kill them. But then you can't beat the game. Like, you quite literally have to let them ready their weapon. You can't throw dirt in their face.
Wow.
You can't slash them from, like, behind or whatever. Like, you got... Or some shit. Like, you gotta fight them, like, legit.
That's crazy.
Bushido Blade 2 doesn't give two fucks. You can, like, throw sand in their face, you can stab them, you can just fucking... do all parrying and shit. But they can, like, create, like, really good controls. And they can get really accurate with, like, the injuries. So that, like, you react. Because the game's great, because there's no timer. There's no health bar. You get hit in the arm, your arm's wounded. You get hit in the chest, guess what? A sword was in you by like 3 feet, you're dead. So you die. Someone hits you across the face with a sword, a big ass sword, a katana, they hit your throat, whatever, you're gone, you're gone, you're gone. So it's like, they can make the injury things more precise, so that like, combat will get really intense.
That sounds cool.
It would be sweet.
I know I've said it before, but I'll fucking say it again. They really need to just go ahead and say the hell with it and, like, put out, like, Bushido Blade HD remakes on, like, PSN and Xbox Live Arcade.
They haven't done that already?
Nope.
No, they were popular, but they didn't get, like, that popular. But they were popular, but not that popular.
That kind of sucks.
They also did weird experimental stuff, because it was Squaresoft that did these games, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Squaresoft with a few other people.
No, I love Einhander. I was thinking about that the other day when you were talking about Star Fox. They had similar kind of, like, beat a boss and do this thing differently, and you go to different levels
Yeah, I played a little bit of the demo of that. It was kooky, but, like, for Bushido Blade 1, you know, it's, like, different. Like, I was like, if you put in the memory card or you don't, it's like night and day. No, seriously, like, it's nighttime if you put in the memory card. And if you don't, it's daytime.
Wow.
And all the stages are connected, so you can actually just, like, run to the next stage. Like, you run to the very edge of the stage you're on, to, like, the fog wall, where, like, there's, like, no draw distance.
Like Dark Souls,
and then it stops, and it starts to, like, load, and then it pops you into the next, like, area.
Wow.
So, like, you can fight the first 4 guys in the same spot unless you leave.
Wow. That's pretty awesome, actually.
Or some shit. Like, it's weird.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of special dudes you can't play in that game, but then, like, the second game, there's, like, 20 people, and 2 of them have guns.
That sounds like cheating.
It is.
It is. But if you can injure their arm and then just run around, you can do like, haha, you can never shoot me and your arm's hurt, so you can't reload. And then you just come up and kill them. But you might as well just kill them at that. Like, you might as well just kill them before they get all their shots off. But it's cool, though. There's, like, just sick moves. It's really, really about learning swords, because all the weapons stay the same. It doesn't really kind of matter who you pick, albeit there's some combinations and different moves. It's really better to, like, learn the weapon and know what the different attacks do from the stances, and then you're just kind of, like, not playing rock, paper, almost like paper, rock, scissors, but or almost like, okay, middle stance katana, he's got, like, these kind of attacks, I can see how about long that sword is, try to judge where he's going to swing that, what he can do, I'll adjust my stance, I'll wait for him to strike, I'll, like, hit parry, do I not parry, do I parry? You have a very short window.
That does sound like the Dark Souls of its age, you know?
For its combat, yes and no, but obviously, like, you know, it's weirder because it's a fighting game.
You know, like...
But it's a combat system that has idiosyncrasies.
That's cool.
But yeah, Einhander was good. Or at least, but I remember playing the demo and being like, that guy looks like Cloud. I didn't know it was Cloud.
Oh, no, you're thinking of, Airgates or Airgees, right?
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. I'm thinking of Here Gears.
I don't know how you say it.
That's a fucking weird game.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's got Final Fantasy VII characters in it.
Yeah, it does.
A lot of them, actually.
Yeah.
And Sephiroth is in it. You can play Sephiroth.
I didn't know you could play Sephiroth. Holy
and
crap.
someone Kazama. There's just some dude who's got, like... He stole, like, Kazuya's gloves. He's got the same gloves. And his last name is Kazama. He's not actually a Tekken character. You're just like, nah, man, I don't know what you're talking about, Wink. Like, it's weird. It's a weird game.
Wow.
It's like, it has a lot of shit in it from other properties.
Like James McCloud being in F-Zero.
Yeah, but not really as weird as that. That at least makes sense.
So, Aaron.
Yeah.
Street Fighter V.
I don't think that's happening for a while. What do I want to see from it?
That's funny you say that. But,
I want to see nipples.
What? Are you gonna blow my mind again?
I'm not going to blow your mind. I'm just going to say they've already said they're working on it.
Well, yeah, no, I believe that they would. That's actually different from what I've heard them say before, because they were saying like, yeah, it'll be like years before we even get to put out a Street Fighter V.
When did they say that? And if you say 2006, then they've kept to their word.
No, that was probably like 2012.
Well, then they've kept to their word. It's been like a couple of years. That's multiple year.
Yeah, I guess.
And
now.
they've just said they're starting to work on it.
Yeah, which means
It's not like
not gonna be
It's not
for a
like
while.
oh man, we're programming it now. Get ready for the first teaser.
Yeah.
So what would you rather see more like new characters, like an alpha game, or would you rather see like more classic characters,
No, I'd rather see new characters.
like brand new?
Brand new.
Oh man, you know, it'd be really great if they were just reskins of people we already had. I'd love that.
I don't even care if they're that, as long as they have different personalities,
Kidding.
like, and different, just, if,
And what?
because some of the
Why
playstyles...
must you hurt me in this way, Harry?
What do you mean? Why must I hurt you? Man,
Charlie's better than Guile.
blame Capcom. Fucking whatchamacallit. That new character is like just what Cammy again.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah. Well, if it's
Macabre,
like that...
Is that her name?
DiCaprio.
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 Sucks,
Leonardo
too.
DiCaprio. All right.
Doesn't she have a move where you can just rapid tap on a punch button and she does like a running forward multi slash?
Yeah, but it's... No,
She does. She exactly does. I've played her. She does.
Okay. Well, I know she has the move. I just can't remember if that's the punch or if she actually. What it is she charges that move, and then she also has a set of punch attacks that you
Yeah.
can tap.
She's a charge character, isn't she?
She's a charge character, but it's not actually
Charge characters, Hadouken characters. This game's so complicated. Nah, that's cool though. That's good. It's like a fighter where you can like feel like you're doing stuff when you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and it's a game when you do know what the fuck you're doing. You can sing and you can make compositions of violence.
I'm still pissed they didn't
perform
put
them.
Asura in there.
Who?
Asura? From Asura's Wrath?
Oh,
Because he's a Street Fighter
her?
character.
I thought you said her. Never mind.
No,
I said I'm still pissed they didn't put Asura in there.
That's why. Okay. Well, yeah, no, that would have been pretty cool, but that also would have been like people would have been pissed, like, oh, that's a little bit of a cop out, but because it was so easy to do, you know.
Well, a lot of people wanted to see Asura in there because the whole thing where they were like fucking hinting at the final character that's going to be in there,
Yeah.
and then just get like a fucking doll.
Yeah. And a really like it's just
At least Asura would have had different moves and
Yeah,
had fucking DLC where you fight Ryu and then Evil Ryu and then Akuma and then Oni.
yeah. I mean, I would have rather seen Asura than DiCaprio. What we got?
Yeah.
DiCaprio, because nobody's gonna play her. Like, it's just it's dumb.
Yeah. But like, okay. You can pick 6 old fighters from any of the Street Fighters to see in 5. Who do you pick?
Oh boy. I want to see Urien again because I like that character a lot.
Urien?
Urien from Street Fighter 3.
Tan dude with the silver hair?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's kind of like the Street Fighter Brian Fury, but he would be kind of interesting. I like. I mean, it's hard not to have Ryu in there. I think I play Ryu a lot anyway, so yeah, I'd want to see him in there.
That's 2.
I like Makoto a lot, but then this is starting to sound like I'm just casting 3 again. Street Fighter 3.
It's 3?
when you're done, ask me the same question.
I want to see Alex, also from Street Fighter 3.
That's 4.
I think I just want a sequel to Street Fighter 3 now.
You got 2 more, Aaron.
How about Sagat? Because Sagat's awesome, and Gin, because I also play Gin. So those are my favorite characters, pretty much.
All right, cool. Horrible choices. All right, Justin.
Man, you know who they need to have?
Who, Justin?
I'll tell you who they need to have if I had only 6 to bring into the next game. It'd be Poison, 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 and Insane Clown Posse as an Ice Climber setup. Fuck yeah.
This is why Justin can't play fighting games.
Man, this is why I can't play Street Fighter. Actually, I played Street Fighter Cross Tekken. That's kind of like, speaking of Insane Clown Posse and Brian Fury, that's like the same thing in that game. Yeah, he's just a weird guy in that game.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if Capcom knew what Tekken was, and they're just like, fuck it. But it was fine though.
Yeah.
I like some of the dudes that they have.
That game turned out a lot better than I thought it was gonna.
Really? Because I thought it was
Like-
going to be better than what it was, and then it's...
Like, I mean, move wise. they transitioned the Tekken characters really well into the Street Fighter.
That's because the Tekken
setup.
character moves transition really well. There's a lot of moves where you're just like double forward and triangle does something for all of them. And it does something for all of them.
Yeah.
Man, I want to see what they're going to do. I want to see what Namco's going to do with the other side of that coin.
Yeah, I hope they're still making that.
I really do too.
'Cause we
I want to
haven't
see.
heard
I want to see
anything
Ryu
from it.
translated into the Tekken fighting engine. I want to see how that's going to look like. I want to see what that's going to look like. You know, they got to come up with like a front, two sides, and a behind grab for all of those guys.
I think that's I think it's going to be almost too hard to do. You'd either have to change the moves that they're doing so they're not playing like their old selves, or like, and they'll probably have to like change how the moves affect like 3D. You know,
Dude,
fighting.
think about fucking Tekken Tag 2. I think they could do it.
I think they can do it too.
I
think it'd translate really well too. There's a lot of like there's some motions that are weird that are not Tekken-y, like the fucking double down swipe pattern for like fucking Hadoukens and shit.
Yeah,
But they'll come up with something though.
yeah, and then like some of the characters have like wall jumps. I don't know how that would look in Tekken.
I don't think they can do wall jumps.
Yeah.
Or maybe they can if you're against a wall, like the wall of the stage.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
cool.
But
That
it
would be
weird.
nice. I would do this.
I can definitely see them putting Zangief.
Oh yeah,
in there.
He'd be pretty simple.
Yeah. Of course, they'd have to put Ryu in there. They'd put Chun-Li in there. Mm-hmm. Put Ken in there.
I think the charge characters would work pretty well.
Yeah. It'd be cool as shit to see Guile in there.
Oh yeah.
The thing I'd really like
Seen him in the style.
is if the
That's the big
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
is to see them put characters that weren't in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Like pull other characters from Street Fighter to put in that game.
Yeah.
Like Gen wasn't in Street Fighter Cross.
True.
But he
that
would be perfect for Tekken.
He would be
Fucking
perfect
switching
for Tekken.
styles and
Yeah.
stuff. Have him fucking fighting Lie.
Yeah.
Or they don't even need to put Lie in there because they'd have Gen. I don't know what they'd make the roster look like. And it's weird because every Tekken game has to bow to Tekken Tag 2. Because Tekken Tag
Yeah.
2 is just like, I am all of you. I'm the best part of you.
They really outdid themselves.
Yeah,
with
they
Tekken
did.
Tag.
Yeah, they did. That might actually be the game where you get to have Alex back.
Is in that game?
Tekken Cross.
He would be
Just
great
because
in
he's
that
a
game.
fucking grappler.
Yeah, he would be great in that game.
So good. So good.
That would
Yeah.
be awesome. But any other games you guys are hoping for?
They haven't made a really strong Star Fox entry in a long
That's a
time.
good
Yeah.
point.
Like, and by a long time I mean like, remember those Star Fox 64, and then after that, no.
Yeah.
Well, and then it brought out 64 for the DS, which is great, but it's also like still 64.
Well, they did make okay. Now, Dad, don't be all Justin about this, but they did make a GameCube Star Fox game that wasn't half bad, and it was like Assault or something like that.
Yeah, Assault.
It wasn't Adventures. It was not Adventures.
No, I remember seeing clips and seeing some stuff from Assault, but like.
I mean, it had some tank stuff, had some air stuff, had some ground with gun stuff, but at least it wasn't Adventures.
Yeah, but they had like the perfect, like they had a really great flying engine as far as being on rails is concerned for Star Fox 64, and like they have the all range mode parts of the levels. They have the technology to give you a really bitchin' flying game.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we're not getting one. And they haven't done anything with the property outside of putting him into different Smash Bros.
Yeah.
So really, he's just riding off of like him and Captain Falcon.
Oh yeah.
Are on
Yeah.
the same boat. Like some of our best stuff was in the N64 era, and now we're just going to ride off of those memories and brawls
Yeah.
for the rest of forever, and not actually have any new games. And it's like, really, bro, really?
You know, I want to see a Legend of Zelda that is, I don't know, it feels like these last, like the one that's coming up, the one Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess all feel kind of weirdly the same, and I don't know why.
I can see that.
Yeah.
They feel too similar.
Yeah.
They feel too realistic,
Yeah.
but at the same time
Yeah.
trying to hold on to that old style
Yeah.
and like having all like Because you can say, like, the older Zeldas were, like, cookie-cutter copies back and forth for, like, dungeon stuff, but it had more going on.
Yeah.
This one always seems like, oh, you're Link, you're in a starting town, you do stuff, you head out,
It's got this Zelda formula to so much of a science that it doesn't change anything.
And it really kind of started out with fucking Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
Kind of logged in that thing, because, I mean, you had the other ones, and they were dungeon crawlers and exploration games, but they all felt totally different.
Yeah.
And then you had Ocarina of Time that kind of like solidified that kind of
blew everyone's minds with how cool it was. It did.
All right.
A lot of people like it.
A lot of people like it, but it solidified that.
It's got a nice atmosphere to it.
It solidified the
formula.
Thank you. Solidified the Zelda formula.
Yeah.
It did, because you can tell that, like, Twilight Princess is like, this feels a lot like Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, it's trying to be like...
So it's kind of like ringing this nostalgia bells in your brain.
But see, Majora's Mask did what the old Zelda games did. They were like, you could tell they were in the same series, and they took that same formula, but they made it completely their own.
Yeah.
With all the side quests, only 4 temples, and the way that you could go back and do things differently each time to eventually get to an end game.
That's cool.
While Ocarina of Time was just dungeon, final boss, done.
Yeah.
That one was like, you could complete the dungeons in... you had to kind of do them in order because you got certain masks, but then, like, you could just go as far as to get something, leave the dungeon, go back in time, go and do something else, get back to that dungeon later, but you'd have to start it all over because you'd have gone back in time and reset everything.
Yeah.
So it was like, it had a completely new way of doing it.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. I'm really surprised you haven't played that yet.
Yeah.
But the thing that really annoys me about those is the HD remakes, the 3D ones, are just for the 3DS.
Yeah.
They're not even porting those like just plain 2D to the Wii U.
That's stupid.
Like
to
the download network. Yeah.
I don't know what.
Especially since they're finally remaking Majora for 3DS after like hinting at it for fucking ever. But
well, Aaron, you want your mix up? Let's hope that they let the next Zelda game get made by From Software.
Oh wow. Oh.
Who's that?
The people that do Dark Souls.
Oh.
That would just be like the creepiest Zelda game and the hardest Zelda game. It'd be the hardest Zelda game at the very least.
You got all 8 special items from every dungeon, but you can't actually carry them all. So you're gonna have to choose your layout before this next boss or something.
It's like it's gonna be that would be intense as hell. Actually, just From Software doing any game in a franchise would be like,
yeah. No, that I was gonna mention like another. I haven't played Dark Souls 2, but it looks like it's the combat is a little shoddier and the story's a little bit weirder. So to me, that doesn't seem like a real sequel. It seems like a copycat or something weird like that.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a copycat, but it's still good. I haven't played it now. What the fuck I know, but like I mean, I've seen stuff on it, so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play that game.
It's probably great. I mean, it's probably still like gets your scratches your Dark Souls itch.
Yeah.
But I would really like to see something that actually just was like basically what Bloodborne's gonna be.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm excited for Bloodborne.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what's gonna be funny?
What?
If the next Dark Souls game that comes out is an HD remake of Dark Souls.
If the next, that would just.
That'd be weird. That'd be like, what? That's like really soon.
Yeah.
Honestly,
oh well, they can do
we
that.
say soon because we just played it, but that game is kind of old now, right?
But no, thinking about it, I would not be surprised if we get to the point where that's what happens. Like, they put out one game, then they put out the sequel, and then the third game they put out the first one again as like the HD remake, even if it was already initially put out in HD.
It would make sense too, because then they could be like, "Oh man, you played the first one. Now you're excited. Like they've made a new fan because there's some now a person who's not a new player playing it, and then they get into the series from that new one when the third game's coming out.
When they just release a remake of the second one, or whatever. Bloodborne's gonna be cool though. Looks good.
I don't know what any of that is.
It's like their latest project.
No.
It's essentially like you take Dark Souls and you put it in like a Victorian kind of.
You ever play any
city with the
Nightmare
plague.
Creatures?
Yeah.
It's alright. It's them doing Nightmare Creatures. Essentially, like it's them doing Nightmare Creatures.
Cool.
So like you've got like a shotgun and like a weird scythe sword axe, and like the werewolves are like 7 feet tall and gangly and like horrific, and like
Sweet.
they dive at you and you shoot them to stun them to open up for like crazy ass like almost Devil May Cry combos and shit, and you're like diving around and there's dudes that look like they're gonna about to like steal orphans and shit coming at you with like scythes and pitchforks and torches. So it's kind of like the whole city is like not just batshit insane, but they all think they're Ganados, but they all think they're in like 18th century London at the same time.
Yeah.
So everyone's fucking creepy ghost cultists and shit.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna be like absolutely. We should watch the trailer or some shit for that. Like it's just like that looks absolutely nuts.
That sounds like it'd be awesome, and it'd be great to have that game come out so I can stop listening to you guys talk about Dark Souls. Like that's the end all be all of video gaming.
It's not. I mean, it is.
It's just, it's like
It's my favorite game.
It's
my
hard-
favorite game for the Xbox.
If these guys died tomorrow, the only thing on their gravestones would be Dark Souls and Magic the Gathering.
That is not true.
it's a little bit true.
Here lies Aaron. Dark Souls and Magic the Gathering. But no, it would be Magic the Gathering and Dark Souls.
You got it, yeah.
Here lies Justin. Dark Souls and Magic the Gathering.
Man, you make it sound like we play no
D&D,
D&D.
Dark
I'll
Souls.
get you guys. Fuck it. I'll just get you guys a twin plot. You'll get a big double gravestone. It'll have your names on it, and it'll say both. But Magic will be under Aaron, and then there'll be a plus, and then Dark Souls will be under Justin's name.
And then we'll come back.
That's why we've got to murder Chris first.
I was gonna say, and then
You heard it here first, folks.
we'll come back and we'll be like weird ghost zombie people.
Oh
Oh,
god.
it's cool. Come back hollow, and you just be like Winston and Smo. Fuck yes. But Dark Souls is like my favorite Xbox 360 game though.
Man, I'm sorry. You played Redemption?
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
then
I
wow, you just got bad taste.
Then you buy it. That's a great. Redemption's a great game.
It is.
I love that game.
Good.
Man, stop. You're like, I'm gonna make you feel bad for your tastes.
No! I only do it because they're bad. Trying to help you.
Trying to help me, son.
Expand your horizons by focusing on what I tell you is bad.
Man, I've got nothing but great games for.
He listened to all your advice. I can't. I'm having a tumor. A stroke tumor.
I'm having a tumor. I've got mashed potatoes on the side, and I have a Coke to drink.
And it's like, well,
My tumor is cold in the middle. Waiter, could you reheat my tumor? It's like a hot pocket. Tumor's on the outside, cancer's on the inside.
well, tumors aside, I think that'll about do it for the day. Since we should probably get you to a hospital, Aaron, for your tumor.
I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor.
And remember,
I'm a tumor.